Michelle.
I'm Jazz.
All right, so today we're gonna go over some of our basic movements here at Burn Boot Camp that you've been seeing the last few weeks and how to execute those movements properly and safely. First exercise, we're going over the burpee. The one you love to hate. Don't lie, you already love it. All right, so burpees. The main thing that we see people do incorrectly that's gonna harm those knees is your foot placement. So when she jumps back to do that push-up, her feet are together-ish, and when she jumps up, they're together. That's a no-go, all right? That's gonna hurt those knees. So she's gonna show you a proper burpee. All right, she's gonna jump back, feet together, do that push-up, and when she comes up, her feet are apart, outside the hands. That's gonna be a lot safer for the knees.
Next exercise that we're gonna go over is squats. Michelle here is gonna show you guys some common mistakes we see in our squat form. So we see a lot of people, they let their chest come super far forward, and they also come up on their toes. That's gonna harm your knees, and that's gonna harm your back, and that's really not what we wanna see. We wanna see some good form so we can make sure we can load up that weight. Proper form for that squat. You're gonna sit back onto those heels, chest is gonna stay up, eyes are up. You're gonna sit nice and low into that squat, and as you stand, you're gonna push through your heels right here.
Some of the squats you're gonna see here at Burn Boot Camp: front squats, back squats, hack squats, goblet squats, burn bar squats. All of those squats, it's important to keep that same form. Heels down, chest up, back up.
The next one we're gonna go over is gonna be the hinge.
You're gonna see the hinge when we do RDL, when we do ground overhead, when we do toes to sky, and several other movements here at Burn Famo.
So a lot of the things that we see when people do try to hinge, we see a lot of squatting. So it's a lot of, what we kind of showed you guys earlier. A lot of squatting, not a lot of hinging. Hinging is going to be a little bit different than the squat. When you hinge, you're going to send your hips to the back of the room, and your knees are going to stay where you are. You see how she has a nice flat back here. Her shoulders are back. Your knees are not bending any more than they already are. That slight bend is all you need. You're just sending those hips back. Just like when your hands are full of groceries and you gotta close the car door, you gotta close that car door. When you go to the club, you gotta throw it back. Same thing with that hinge.
All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna go over today is the push-up, all right? This has been around forever because it's effective and it works, but it only works if you do it with proper form. So a couple things we're gonna go over. First, if you're on push-ups from your knees, we're gonna work up to those toes, but while we're on our knees, we wanna make sure that we have proper form. So she's gonna show you a no-go. So first one, she's keeping her booty in the air, we're not getting all the way down, not really the best form here. So to correct that, we're gonna tilt those hips forward so we get a better angle, and we're gonna go all the way down in that push-up so that we get the full range of motion and we activate all of those muscles. So that hip tilt is gonna be very important when you're from your knees, all right? Now we're talking push-ups from the toes, all right? That angle that your shoulders and your elbows are at, that's gonna be that key motion here. So she's gonna keep those elbows fairly tight. Let's show a back rep.
Okay.
Let's show a back rep. Elbows out nice and wide, crazy on the shoulders, nah. All right, so that if we're gonna go proper form, we're gonna keep those elbows slightly tighter, and we're gonna go all the way down, all the way up. Remember, that range of motion is key. So if you're not able to get all the way to the floor, that's when we would go back to that push up from the knees and make sure that we get that full range of motion. Guys, we hope you enjoyed these form videos. As always, if you need more advice on any kind of form, any kind of movement that we do here at Burn Boot Camp, book a focus meeting. We'll help you out, and we'll make sure you're doing it properly and effectively.
2 claps on 2, 1, 2.